Hey guys, it's Rachel Kush. Welcome back to my channel. I almost did this whole video with chocolate in my teeth. There could possibly still be chocolate in my teeth. But I want to do this video on one-year-old activities indoors. So we are now in these beautiful winter months down here in the South where it is warm in the winter. But also, I know not everybody lives in a warm place, so while we are starting to enjoy the outdoors, I know that a lot of you are still indoors. And so if you're snowbound or it's cold outside and there's no snow and it just stinks because it's cold and you need to stay inside, here are some activities you can do with your one-year-old. So I have one-year-old twins. Being indoors all the time has led me to really seek out new activities. The boys have tons of toys, but finding new ways to play with them has been, I don't want to say a challenge, but it definitely takes some work, right? Like, you can play with the same toy over and over again, but to get creative with it, it takes a little bit of work. So here's what I have started doing. We've started playing with it and it's been a lot of fun. So number one, sensory bags. So this goes along with number two, which is sensory bins, but here's how it's different. Sensory bags tend to be better for me to put things in that I don't want the babies to eat because they're still so little that they don't understand not to eat stuff. And then the second thing is things that are like really messy, like slimy, slippery, paint, stuff like that. I don't think they're ready for that in the real world, but inside a Ziploc bag, those things can exist. I will link below some of the places that I got these kits or the stuff that I use for these activities, so it's really easy for you to recreate them yourself. But all you need is a gallon-sized Ziploc bag. And some of the things that we have done with them, I got a sensory kit from a friend of mine living in New York, and she creates them. She sends you the whole kit, everything you need. It's really cute, it's really fun. The first one we did was pom-poms, which we did tiny little pom-poms. And again, these went in a sensory bag because the boys would definitely eat them. The sensory bag gets zipped up. We put paint in there, and then they kind of like squished it around, made the paint mix. They got the little pom-poms like painty and different colors. So it was actually a really fun activity. They loved it. I did make the mistake of taping it to the floor, thinking that it would make it easier for them to play with. It actually made it just a game to get it off the floor, and then they ripped the bag and I had to retape it. So now when we do sensory bags, I just tape over the Ziploc part so they can't get it open, and I allow them to move around with it. Second sensory bag we did was paint noodles, which was also really fun. You put paint and then cook noodles and they like squeeze them around, and the boys really love the feeling of all of it, the texture, and then obviously the colors. So sensory bags are great, and again, I'll link below where I got mine so that if you wanted to take a look, she has stuff from ages 1 all the way, I think, up to 5, if not older, but they're definitely geared towards different ages. So, and it tells you like how to put it together and what to do with it. You can also make them at home if you have paint and other little things that you can dump in a bag and let the baby squish around. The second thing is a sensory bin. The bin is a wash bin, like a dishwashing bin that we just emptied and washed out, and then we put things that either have the same colors, shapes, or like a mix. And so our first sensory bin we did with the boys was a fall sensory bin, and we put in lots of round things, like we did these like links that they really like. We also did like round lids to all their bottles. They are like obsessed with them for some reason. And then we did fall leaves. So I bought a pack of leaf cutouts from the dollar store, and I think it came with like 30 or 50 for $1, and I just ripped it open and let them play. Did watch them very carefully because a couple times they put them in their mouth. The leaves are kind of too big for them to swallow, but still I don't really like them chewing on stuff like that. So definitely close supervision, but they just went wild. The different textures, the different types of toys, the things they don't usually get to play with, like those leaf cutouts and the lids to their bottles, all in one bin. They went wild over it. We actually played with it over the course of 3 days, where I took it out, let them play with it for like 30 minutes. They actually focused on the bin for quite a while. So I did that 3 days in a row until the third day when they weren't as interested in it. So you can do that with anything around your house. I'm talking, you could do lids to anything, like the Tupperware lids. You could do toys they already have that they haven't played with in a while. Another sensory box we did was just all the blocks of theirs with small round like soft balls, so there was a difference in texture, like the shape of round and square, and then also hard and soft, and so that was fun for them. But I will say that the sensory bin does get messy because it can turn into a free-for-all. They were throwing things in and out of the bin, but it also was a really great activity. The third activity we've been doing is building forts. We have, so 3 ways we built a fort. All of them were huge hits. One, we tipped over a pack and play and then put blankets over it. By the way, I'll be inserting more photos of all these activities so you guys can kind of see how we like made it work. The second thing is we bought a tent. I bought a secondhand tent at a secondhand baby store. Beautiful tent. Popped it up, let the boys play inside of there, and they were going in and out. We filled it with stuffed animals that they love, and then the second time we put it up, we just put like pillows and stuff inside. So it's really a great activity. They love going in and out and playing. And then obviously the old tried and true blankets and pillow fort off of your couch. So there's a lot of ways you can create a fort. You don't have to buy a tent. You don't even have to tip over your pack and play, even though that makes a very fun and quick fort without a lot of effort. Just throw some blankets over the side. And actually, I was gonna say there's probably one other way that not everybody's gonna be able to do, but we actually let the boys have like this little hideout fort in their closet because we emptied out their entire bottom of the closet. We put blankets there, we keep the doors propped halfway open, and they go in and out. We put books in there. Just changing it up and doing these forts and stuff has really been exciting for the boys, and it just provides so much engagement with us because we can go in and out of the forts with them. I don't really fit in the tent really well, so that's the only one we don't get into. But my husband got in the pack and play. I can get in the bottom of the closet with them. And then by switching up the stuff that's in it each time, it changes up that environment. But right now they're just really interested in being in and out and under things. So the tents are a great indoor activity, so any kind of fort or tent. Speaking of things of getting in and out, they're obsessed with getting in and out of boxes. We have gotten a lot of shipments for Christmas, and so we've been saving up boxes. We saved really big boxes, taped them up really sturdy so they wouldn't just fall apart, even though they did manage to like crush the sides. And then I took a lot of the packing paper and I wadded it up really good and put tape around it and created these like paper snowballs. It was really fun. We also put like, I guess they're ball pit balls. We only have like 25 of them. You can buy them on Amazon, and just threw them in. The boys went wild for it. They had such a great time. So that is another way to create an in and out game. They got in and out of the box like 1,000 times, and they had more fun with that box. I think we left it up for 2 days in our living room until it kind of got broken down to the point where it wasn't really a box and it was just kind of flat. But that was a great activity, and I think that with all the packages people are receiving, I'm sure you could find some old boxes in your garage or in your closet. It doesn't have to be huge. They just really enjoyed playing with it, and like I said, repurposing that packing paper for paper snowballs was really easy and really fun. So recycled boxes, the old joke that the kid will play with the boxes over the gift, that's not a joke, that's so true. And I wouldn't be surprised that if on Christmas we end up redoing that activity again, creating this bucket with this like boat out of the boxes for them. My last 2 activities are shorter activities. One is musical mayhem time. I know that every parent dreads getting all those musical toys because like it's fun for the giver to give them because they don't have to listen to them. And those are also the toys that tend to get hidden in the bottom of the toy box. But let me tell you something, you guys. Those toys are perfect for musical mayhem time, and we did this a couple nights in a row. We'll probably do it again because the boys had fun, but we basically took all of their toys that sing, make noise. They have a little piano, they have a little drum, they have some dolls, like little animals that you press and they sing. We ended up pulling them all out, taking all the other toys out of the middle of the room, putting all the music toys down, setting one going just really low to set the beat, and we let them stomp on the piano and bang on the drums, and we made noise with them so that it was like inviting them to have this like really loud mayhem type of time, and it resulted in a lot of laughter, a lot of fun, and they got a lot of energy out because all of that like music and loudness just got them really hyper, and then they slept so well that night. So while those toys are usually ones we're trying to hide, I thought it was really fun to just create one activity, like a really sit down activity where you're just going crazy with it. And the last activity is tub time. The boys love bubble baths. They love splashing in the tub. When all else fails and you haven't got any ideas left, throw on a bathing suit, get in the tub, splash around with your kids, and have a mini pool party. We put a lot of towels down because it does get super messy, especially with tons of bubbles flying and water splashing. But when all else fails, take a bath. So I hope you guys are enjoying your time indoors. I hope that these activities are something you try with your kids and have fun. And let me know in the comments, what do you do for indoor activities for 1-year-old kids? I'm always open and need ideas and would love to hear from you. If you like these types of videos, subscribe to my channel so you can see more. And of course, if you want me to make more content like this, give it a like. Thank you guys so much. I will see you in the next video. Bye.